Welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton, and with me, not as always, as she's been fucking nowhere to be found,
Just like 2 weeks.
is our very own hellacious hybrid hustler, Bethany McChesney. We did have good replacements for you, and both last minute replacements, and both episodes were late, but Heather and
Yeah.
Tara both were awesome. And,
Yeah.
and you gotta watch it because Heather's gunning for your job.
I did listen to Heather. So
Heather's great.
yeah.
Yeah, we always love Heather. Heather's like, how long has Heather's been like day one?
And within our podcast,
Well, kind of like within our like little world. Yeah.
I met her in 2022.
Yes, yes. I'm
Yeah.
still taking credit for the team. I'm still saying I did that. That was me. I totally,
Mhm.
totally think it was me. I don't remember if that's exactly right or not, but I'm going to take credit for it.
Oh, it was. It was.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
And I would say you owe me part of the money, but you probably never got it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And if I did get it, I wasn't sure if that's what it was for. Just random amounts of money coming in.
Yeah, they're hopefully, I don't know. They're doing better. Well, I don't know. Well, whatever. All right, first things first. I didn't know what to call it. But I put here Beth's Backwood Triathlon.
Backwoods. That is kind of what it's like. It wasn't, I mean, there's Xterra, which is like swimming, mountain biking, and trail running. So and replace the swimming and we paddle instead.
It's far
So
more Canadian.
far more Canadian.
Far more.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually it was a good thing it wasn't a swim because so we start with a 4K canoe and I do it with my son Mason. So we do the doubles. And it started off, it was sunny, like beautiful morning, and we're 2K out on the canoe, and I'm like, why is it getting so dark? And I
Mm.
like got like a cold rush, and turn around, and there's like dark clouds coming in over the horizon. I'm like, oh no. And then I hit the turnaround, come back, and like the waves just start like crashing and it's thundering. And I'm like, what are they gonna do if it starts like crashing lightning? And we have all these people out, and some people were like on paddle boards and stuff. And so it did like it started to rain and it took us so long to get back to shore. And then we get back to shore and they're like, we're delaying the race until the storm passes. So they took our time. We have our fob thing. They took our time, and then everyone hides under the pavilion. It was maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then they start sending you out again with the same like time difference that you came in. So they call
Yeah.
your number, and then they count you down, and you hit your fob, and then you go. Which was it was so interesting because like one of our advantages is that like general fitness. Mason and I have not been in a canoe since the last time we did this race, even though last year we were like, okay, if we do this next year, we're going to get in a canoe and we're going to practice because we clearly are not doing something right because we are like almost last coming out of the water this year and last year. And Mason and I are like working hard in the canoe, like giving her. And it's people beside us are just like out for like a stroll. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here. But at the same time, we don't own our own canoe, so we
Yeah.
rent from the race organizers. These people have like we were standing waiting and Mason's like, that's a really nice boat. And the guy's like, yeah, it's like custom carbon fiber. It weighs
Yeah.
like 2 pounds.
Yeah. Yours weighs like 60.
Oh yeah, we had this year it was like a big old tin thing.
Nice.
We're like, oh my God.
Nothing is more exciting than a tin canoe in an electrical storm.
Oh, I know. Actually, I didn't think about that. Yeah, so we're at an obvious disadvantage. Like people had what are they called? Something ski, like these super aerodynamic tiny things.
Okay.
Um Yeah, like racing boats and stuff. So we're just like the goofs at the back with our tin canoe. And anyways, we come in, I think we were like second last coming out of the water. So our advantage though is fitness. So although we might suck at canoeing and like people have these $10,000 mountain bikes. Still, at the end of the day, like fitness is fitness.
Hmm.
So the mountain bike is 21K, and you kind of go out along a road section, then you hit some pretty technical rocky terrain. They send you into the Bruce, and yeah, then it's kind of when the wheels fall off for a lot of people too. Like even
Hmm.
people, they might have a nice bike, but I mean, if you're scared, and because it had poured rain, it was so muddy. Like I had slipped off the sides of rocks a couple times and had to like jump off my bike. Like it was really mucky. And again, Mason pulls away from me, but I do my darnest. Like my heart rate chart is hilarious because I'm like close to puking and then I have to like calm it back down. And we get to the end of sections and he just kind of waits for me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then they send you through farmers fields, which felt like riding through quicksand, like where like you're working so hard and it's just blowing up your legs. And um the bike is definitely, it's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, we caught a lot of teams on it. And then and we were and you don't really know where you are because there's male teams, women's teams, and then mixed teams. So you don't really know exactly. But yeah, we were catching teams into the last section and we like pulled up on this team. And you know how every sport kind of has its own culture?
Yeah.
And I find hybrid racing in general is quite friendly. I don't know. And it also makes, I'm doing this with my son, like we're just out for a
Yeah.
good time. We pull up on this team and we're like a couple K. We could see them for a couple K because it was a long road section back. And we caught them like under a kilometer left. And I'm like, good job, guys. And they like looked at us and scowled. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they started drafting off of us, like into and they had their gear, like the
Yeah.
matching jerseys, racing jerseys, the biking gear, like really nice bikes. And I don't know if they were offended that like the 14-year-old and his old mom were catching that, but they were not friendly at all. And then they rode our tires into the transition zone and like they were all set up and ready and like, but then they couldn't run. So we crushed them on the run. But yeah, the run is also super technical, like very rocky, and it was slippery. And but it's about 6.5K, which is like kind
Yeah.
of the perfect distance really at the end of that. But yeah, we ended up coming second, which we were surprised because I was kind of counting. There was about 10 teams that were doubles, and I was kind of counting. I didn't think we caught enough people, but sometimes it's a bit chaotic in the trails with the bikes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was really exciting. And in very Canadian fashion, the trophy was a bottle of maple syrup.
Nice.
Yep, and a hand carved wooden medal.
Again, not bad at all.
Yeah,
I like the setup of there, and like I said before, that is something that I would try one day, but um I don't think Rye would ever do with me. She's not a fan of the mountain bike thing, especially through sketchy trails. She just the skills, I don't have the skills for that, and she does not either, and she would not like to do
yeah.
that.
You'd have to just go a little bit. Like I'm not great, but I've done it enough that I know how to handle my bike.
Hmm.
So you also, when you're on a decent bike, if you just keep pedaling, the bike does the work and you
Yeah.
just learn to trust that your bike can handle it. And I think that's kind of the part where I do end up passing a lot of women because they do get, and not just women, men too, they get a bit scared. And um, one, I'm just trying to keep up with Mason and not embarrass him.
Yep.
And I know my bike, I just have faith in it, even though I haven't really mountain biked since the last year we did this race.
Yep.
But as they say, it's like riding a bike. Like you just kind of you fall back into it. But I think you just get on your bike a little bit before and you just try it and you realize like what it can actually handle. And I don't have clip-ins or anything. So
Yeah.
worst case, like you just jump off the bike. And
Yeah,
then
I wouldn't want clip-ons on a mountain bike, at least me, because I'm just not good enough.
yeah, no, I would never either. Like I've rode with people that have clip-ins and they can just as fast clip out and jump off. But yeah, I think if you learn how to bail pretty quickly too, then it does help because there were sections where I did and then I would just quickly run my bike like over the rocks or whatever and
Yeah.
then and then you're fine. So I don't know. It is a blast if you can kind of get a little bit more comfortable with that part of it or whatever. So
I would
mhm.
like to do the canoe part. I keep saying I gotta go get back on the canoe. I like canoeing. I
Mhm.
and it's something I'm not bad at. I
Yeah.
don't want to say I'm excellent at it, but I'm not bad at it.
Mhm.
I think I could give you and the boy a run there. I did.
Oh no, for sure. Like,
Pretty pretty good canoeer.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I didn't know that I sucked.
you don't know what you don't know, right?
I didn't know.
Oh.
And I'm like, last year maybe it was a fluke. This year I'm like, no, we actually really suck.
Do you think if you fixed your canoe, you could win?
Oh, so we were 19 minutes out of first.
So no,
So no.
no. It sounds like a no.
No. This is some people's thing.
Yeah.
The adventure racing
It
thing.
sounds like a fun thing. It's a good thing to do.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I hope that that one couple that we came up on that's not the culture of it because we have so much fun doing it that I would have a hard time believing that that's the culture of it, but
And it is easy to misread people sometimes too.
yeah, and I did think that maybe because I'm assuming this was a husband and wife. It looked like he was pissed off at her for
Yeah.
not keeping up to him and maybe they were fighting. I
Well,
don't know.
we've seen that before in doubles and high rocks and other things where sometimes it's just like you two might be a great couple, but you shouldn't be running together as a team.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one of the
And
things actually I like about Ryan and I is we can run together as a team and never have a problem with any of that. So
yeah, so I felt like maybe there was something going on because she scowled at me. And I'm like, come on, lady. I'm just a mom having a good time with my kid.
that
Like,
makes it worse.
yeah, you're right. I know. She's like, why are you so damn chipper? Like, this is hard.
I once posted a video of me at an RX-1 and I think we were carrying an 80-pound ball and there was a guy in my division like dropped the ball already and crouched over and hunched over. And I walked by him and I gave him a little pat on the back and someone commented, "If you ever passed me like that, I would kill you."
Yeah, I get it now that you say it. Like, she was
Yeah,
probably really hurting at that point, and I
yeah.
was like, yeah.
So there you go. It's Beth's fault. The other lady's right.
Yeah, it's my fault. Don't be so friendly.
There you go. All right, I want to talk about this because I don't know if you've listened to it or anybody else there has listened to it, but Morgan Schultz and Kat Fossbender have a podcast called Off Track. I think it's Off Track with Morgan and Kat, something like that. With Kat and Morgan. There you go. I had that backwards. Um, and they do really good stuff. They're really great, and it's nice to have two more strong female voices in the space talking, and very obviously very into the space, right? These two are Elite 15 doubles teams. Morgan was in the Elite 15 of Worlds. So anyway, it's nice to see him. So they had Vivian on this week, and Vivian is always awesome.
Yeah.
But she had a
Mhm.
couple of quotes, and they posted this, and I'm going to read you these quotes. All right, and it's the last one I really want to talk about. But all right, this one's just classic. Vivian, how has my life changed since becoming world champion? Not at all. Absolutely nothing. Nothing is different. It's all the same. That's very Vivian. All right.
And
Um,
correct me if I'm wrong, Vivian still works a full-time job, right? She's an
yes,
actuarial. Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
This was about her first high rocks ever. I almost faked an injury to get out of it. More Vivian. This goes to the point system, and this is where Vivian started talking. And this is one of the things that we have talked about in the past. If I got six at Warsaw Major against the best people in the world, that's 104 points. A random win at some pro race is 105. So just, I mean, pointing out still flaws in this system.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, this is the one that I really like, and I want to hear your comment on. The people who are most vocal about, yeah, sorry. The people who are most vocal are the people who care enough to stick around beyond when this is just trending.
The people who are the most vocal, like about the qualifications.
About everything, about all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I take this to heart because we are.
Well, I that's kind of what I'm because we obviously were vocal about it, but again, like we do keep showing up and we keep trying to make things better too, and doing our part in a sense. So,
And I
but
think
is
that's
she
what
being
she's.
criticized for being vocal?
I think so a little bit, yes, yeah, and that happens. And I don't know about if you've ever got this, but I've had people before ask me like, do you even like these things that you're, like, and of course I like that, like we love it, and that's what I think she emphasizes there, and I thought it was such a great way to put it is that the people who you see that are criticizing, that are basic complaining or whatever, we're the ones that are still going to be here when it's not the super cool thing, when
Yeah.
it's
Well, and
not
I mean, we were here before it
before.
was too.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what sometimes some people forget is that we're not complaining. Well, we are. We do complain, but we're offering solutions. We're
Right.
we're trying to fix things to make things
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
And then I said this with Tara is that what was kind of a similar vein, which was very, that's why that comment struck me too, was when all the trendiness goes away, what you're going to be left with is how good is your sport.
Mhm.
So if we don't fix that sport and make it good now, and then the trendiness wears off, all of it will collapse.
Yeah. And I mean, like she's saying too, the people that care are the ones that are truly offering ways to try to fix it. Because I mean, if they people that don't care, they would just be like, well, fuck high rocks. I'm gonna go do a triathlon. Like they'll just leave. Um, I wouldn't think of Vivian as a complainer though, because I think when someone like Vivian and Tara's like this too, when there's something that's bothering them or frustrating them, they explain it in depth as to what is going on and how it affects people and how it affects elites or non whatever if it has to do with judging, and then they offer a solution, so it's not just being like I hate this. Like it's very constructive the way that they break it down, which again is helpful, and it is time consuming too. Like I had said this to you about what Tara did when they were talking about the money. That's time consuming, but it helps explain why the elites could be frustrated with things like prize money or the pro card. Because when you break it down and she explains it that way, then it's not complaining. It's explaining.
Yeah, yeah, and that's it. That's why I try to emphasize we and people like us and Tara and Vivian, they're not, like you say, they're not complaining. They're attempting to improve,
Hmm.
right? Anybody can point out bullshit that's wrong,
Yeah.
and make mistakes. The point is, can you constructively offer a suggestion to make it better, to make it work? And
And people
that's
like
something that both of them do.
Yeah, and people like Tara and people like Viv have been in elite sport their whole lives.
Yeah.
And so they also understand the way sports systems work and what works well and what doesn't. And I mean, Tara's been part of other hybrid systems that have failed, like, and kind of gone under. So, when we're kind of in this sport now where they love it and it's kind of going well, like, let's keep it going on this path so we don't lose something else that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to point that because I thought that comment just hit home so much with me that, and I'm glad that she said it because sometimes even I get down, I'm like, oh my God, you're always bitching about something. God, but it
Yeah.
is always to try to make it better,
Hmm.
you know? And that is the end goal. That's why, and to people who have questioned, I mean, I'm still out there. I volunteer at events all over the place and do everything. Like I I live for this stuff. This is awesome for me. So yes, we're not just complaining. We're trying to fix, trying to help. But
Yeah.
the other thing that she pointed out, and this was on a post that Matt did, that Matt put that the prize money for the majors has increased, which it kind of has, but it kind of hasn't. Because then, as Vivian pointed out, because of the fact that they're not doing regionals this year, the actual overall money, the overall prize purse that High Rocks has put forward has actually decreased, which, I mean, what do you read into that?
Um, yeah, I didn't really think about that. But again, I don't raise high rocks for prize money. That's what like
Yes.
so I'm not like doing the math and like I don't even know what they got paid before and what they got paid now. So um I don't really pay that close attention to prize money. But I mean I do think in general high rocks really should up their purses anyways. I think they could even offer prize money to most of the regular races. With the amount of people that come to them,
Yeah.
even a couple thousand for first. Like it's a lot to win a high rocks anyways. And someone winning it at all of them is probably putting in a lot of time and money. So, but the funny thing is with high rocks right now is it's like for them, they're business owners. From
Yeah.
a business perspective, um, they can do kind of whatever they want because
Yeah.
people are going to do it anyways. So if they're not can they don't have to keep increasing because I mean, look at how big it is right now.
No.
So they're I just feel like they're in a point where they don't feel like they have to.
No, but that's what bothers me is that they speak about, professionalism and we want you to treat this as a professional sport and this and that, and we want our elite 15 athletes to be super professional, and we're going to put less into the prize purse on our part.
Hmm.
And that
Yeah.
just, that's kind of like, hey, good for the goose, good for the gander, especially when I compare. Now, here's the one key factor that nobody is saying. We do not know what World's payout is going to be. Maybe World's payout is going to be a huge increase, and that could make all the difference in the world. That could completely make all of this irrelevant, right? But when I look at two things. When I look at the year that Hyrox had compared to the year that CrossFit had, and then the amount of money that James Sprague and Amy Kringle made compared to the amount of money that Alyssa and Dylan made
Yeah.
winning the world championships, this is we're talking like $250,000 difference
Yeah.
to get from a company that is riding a hot wave to another company that is very much spiraling.
Yeah.
So I personally believe at this point those should be on closer to even playing field.
Yeah. I've always been shocked, to be honest, how much money that CrossFit gives for the
Yeah,
winner
yeah.
of
No,
it.
I'm not saying yeah, and I'm not saying that CrossFit or High Rock should be paying $300,000 the winner, but maybe CrossFit maybe should be a little lower and High Rock should be a little higher and come meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a crazy amount of money. And they don't pay that deep. I think it's just the top three that make money at the CrossFit Games, right?
No, no, I think it's the top 10, but pretty much if you want to break even, you're going to need to be probably in the top five.
Yeah.
From like the drop off from
It's massive.
first, second, and third, and then after is like huge. Like
Yeah.
you're like almost 300 grand for first, and then I think a tenth you're like 2 grand. Like
Yeah, I've always found the prize money at the CrossFit Games a little bit baffling.
it is very weird. And then, yeah, so but yeah, so I thought that was something that's interesting. I think that if CrossFit or sorry, if High Rocks announces big prize purses for Worlds, I would completely rescind my opinion about this and say, okay, great, that makes perfect sense. But in lieu of that, I think it is showing a bit of, we want you to make your commitment, but we're not making ours.
Yeah. I do think they should give more throughout the season though too.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it costs so much money for people to just get to Worlds.
Hmm.
So at the hopes of maybe winning prize money, maybe at Worlds, if you maybe make the Elite 15. So I just think like with how they're doing, I mean, you can win $500 at local road races. Like
Hmm.
why? I don't know why they're not giving more prize money at their regular events.
Okay, remember we won money at North of Seven.
Right, they hand me
Yeah,
right,
that's in the spot.
exactly.
We shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
That might affect their taxes. Sorry.
Now it's cash.
Yeah, I remember winning money at local ninja competitions and stuff like that. So I do think that
Yeah.
they're in a position that they could do stuff like that. Now, I don't know about every event because there are like hundreds of events all over the world now.
That are selling out with thousands of people.
I know. Now, here's the thing. Remember where I said, and sometimes I change my mind about this, and I'm waver back and forth. Where I was just like, well, I don't think they need to pay out 300 grand to the winner of Worlds, but let's just say you took $1 from every entry fee and put that into your pool for your prize pool.
Hmm.
$1. That's like $1.5 million for the prize pool
Yeah, and then spread that out
over your
throughout.
season for your
Because
prize
I do think, the money being spread out a little bit
pool.
more would also be nice instead of like one person making life-changing amounts of money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, because if you want to have a professional sport with a entire, roster of at least 15 athletes,
Hmm.
then you want them all to be professional. They all got to make enough money to be professional.
Yeah. And if people have to now with the new qualification system, they have to travel, well,
Mhm.
then maybe some of these events should have prize money. So then it is offsetting a little bit more of their travel expenses.
Oh yeah. Well, I just one thing just jumped into my head for this the system. I need to do the math on this, but this literally just jumped in my head. Is it possible? I think, if I'm not mistaken, that if this system was underway last year, Alyssa McElhaney would not have been at Worlds
No,
because she wouldn't have had the points in 5 races to get there.
no. And I mean, it's the same with like Emily Dahman the year before.
Yeah, yeah, that because of the last chance qualifier thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just anyway, it's true. I don't like the system. I know that's groundbreaking.
And it is going to keep out some athletes who do deserve to be there.
Well, a girl like someone like Vivian is going to struggle because
She
she has
can't
a
travel
full-time
then.
job, right? She
Yeah.
can't, and then just getting into the races is hard.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know this for certain. I've been told that sometimes High Rocks will get the Elite 15 contenders a spot in a race if they can't get in or whatever. I don't know.
I hope so.
I know, but that the whole pro card thing seems up and down with what it is, what it isn't, what it does, what it doesn't. It, so I don't know. I do know that that is a concern. I've heard the elite athletes vocally be concerned about that, about getting into races. So if they're
Yeah.
vocally concerned about it, that must mean there is at least some sort of
Well,
problem.
and then it's like, okay, you were Elite 15, but now you're,
Chasing it.
yeah, so which they're kind of, they need to get into races too.
hmm
So are you gonna let them get preferential entry? Like a Tara
Where's it?
who's
Where's it happen?
25th. Yeah, exactly. Like she was Elite 15, but now she's not. So
But she might be in the challengers division. So does she get in? Does she not get in? I don't know.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
so does she get entry? Because I know people that have been in the like the well, like Lindsay was in the Elite 15 North Americans. She doesn't get preferential entry to
No,
anything.
no, just to that race. That was it. She
Yeah, that was
she was
it.
guaranteed a spot in that race. That was the only
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing happening that we just kind of got wind of today is that um, s- so last year, if I worked a shift at High Rocks as a judge, I got a free race. This year, you got to work two.
What's a shift?
I think it's 8 hours.
Oh,
At least that's what it was last year. So now they did say apparently some judging positions or volunteer positions you might get because they're doing it as points. So you need 2 points to get a race code. A full shift at some places only gives you 1 point, and a full shift at other places gives you 2 points.
okay. So if we think of this like you're paying everybody minimum wage,
hmm Not,
someone might
no,
as
no,
well
you're not.
go
You're
right.
actually much lower.
Exactly. I'm saying you might as well go work a minimum wage job for 8 hours and then you
And
make
just
the money to
pay for your
buy
ticket.
registration.
Yeah, just pay for your ticket. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, I just think it's very concerning. Like we know that right now, DECA's biggest struggle is that they are not getting enough volunteers, and that is
Yeah.
really hurting the fit product. Hyrox gets loads of volunteers right now. I do not think the smart move is to go, okay, we're getting loads of volunteers now. We see this company struggling because of the way they do it. Let's make it harder for our volunteers.
Yeah.
I just think that's a mistake. So,
Yeah.
when you're dealing with a sport where the volunteers are such a lifeblood of it that you cannot do it without them,
Yeah.
that I don't see the benefit of this at all.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure they'll try to put some kind of spin on it. Oh, one thing I did like is that you actually apparently can use your points towards discounts at merch. Not everybody wants a free race code.
Yeah, but again, it's
It's
not enough. Just
no, it's not enough, but it's just an option. If you don't want a free race code, you can do something else with it. Personally, I think if you judge and you don't want the free race code, I'd just sell the thing because it's worth more.
wouldn't they lose less money if they just paid people?
Possibly, yes. And they are bringing in this system of judging with like, which does seem like it's going to bring a little more for the head judges and stuff like that, where it's going to bring a little more order and everything. We'll see how that all goes. It's a little complicated and still kind of fledgling, so they haven't really officially released all the details yet.
Hmm.
So we'll see how that goes. Um, but anytime I see them, like I'm screaming for these companies to give more to the volunteers, and they're kind of taken back. I'm like, oh, that just doesn't seem wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully it does good. Are you ready for Toronto? Your training going good?
Well, I had to get past this weekend. Um,
And
but yeah, we're
you
just
didn't get injured.
I didn't get injured. I was actually really nervous about that too.
Mhm.
Um, and when I saw the storm coming in, I'm like, maybe they'll cancel it outright. And it's the first time I've ever been like, I wouldn't be terribly upset.
You're gonna do a Vivian fake an injury.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I did actually roll my ankle pretty good in the trails, but it seems to be doing okay. Mason did too. He's a little bit worse off than I am. But I was nervous about it, but yeah, I'm doing okay. We're gonna be fine.
There you go.
But yes, we have 8 weeks, I think, till Toronto High Rocks.
Yes, yes. And I think it's time for me to start looking for a ticket.
They might not be out yet.
No, I know, I know. I'm still waiting to see when they come out. But
Yeah, I did hear there's an app that will
yeah,
check for you because you have to kind of go online every morning and see if they're available. So now there's an app for it.
yeah, that does it for you. I think you pay like $15 and it does it for you or something like that. That's what I heard. I can't remember the name of it, but I think Matt talked about that. And
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad little business model. I think it's okay. A lot of
Mhm.
people be using that, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then the only other thing that I had that I wanted to say was, did you want to mention your sim coming up?
Yeah, so if you are interested in doing Toronto, we have a sim 6 weeks out and it is August 22nd. So a full high rock sim with coaching. Um it's the registration would be at fitfarmstrathroy.com if you wanted to check it out. So yes, there is still spots available.
How much do they have to pay to have you run beside them and belittle them the whole way?
You want me to run beside
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would actually do it to somebody else. So, for example, I
Oh,
would just pay you to run beside somebody else, calling it coaching, but actually just belittling them the whole
yeah,
way.
just verbal abuse.
Just verbal abuse the whole way. I think it's a strategy. I think it's a good idea.
Hmm. Yeah. Just have to pay Dave a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll run by people and belittle them. That'll
Hmm.
be all right. I'm highly bribable. You know how few bribes I've been offered over this time, and I'm very disappointed. I have no scruples. I can be bought off so easy, and nobody's even tried.
Never tried.
Never even tried. Like a slice of pizza, maybe a non-alcoholic beer at the right time. That's it. That's all it takes. So, all right. You got anything else you want to go through today?
No, no, I do not.
Well, before we say, I want to say, Beth, it's nice to have you back. We
Thanks.
missed you. Millions of people were thinking you were done. It was over.
You're
That's
right.
Beth's long tenure was finally completed. She was
I I
replaced by
did have
Heather White.
someone at this race this weekend be like, "Are you Bethany McChesney?"
No
And
way.
oh, yeah. Yeah, Mason's like, "Man, mom, people know you." It was just cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't expect it there. Like,
No, exactly. But it was someone from like who does, well, I mean, again, there's a lot of
yeah,
crossover now.
yeah.
People that do Spartan and then they're in High Rocks and then, this is kind of like a funsy thing. And so, but yeah, it was cool.
I like that. I want to see more crossover. More people doing more together.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to kind of put yourself out of your element. And again, like I didn't train for this. But like fitness is fitness. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Race monogamy is dumb.
I agree. I agree. I'm very, very polyamorous with my racing.
That's a big word. All right, Beth, take us home.
Thanks so much everyone for listening. And yeah, thanks for all the support. But yes, I am not gone. I am still here. Just very busy in the summer with my two crazy kids. So thanks again for listening.
Take care.